All right. Welcome back to the channel. I got another episode for you. It's a Mike Rowe. He joins the Seabees for a day. This is him in the field. So let's do it.
Blouse, fleece, whole spiel.
Great. Where do I go? Just do it right here?
That's your tent right there. Right there, that's me.
Yeah, we call those teacups. This is like a small training group. It's called they're called Air Debt. Air Debt usually comes in and they're the first ones in to clear out the site or whatever. So they build the fighting positions, they set safe, they, you know, make the fields of fire and stuff.
Get dressed in. If you lay down, it's a whole lot easier.
Right.
Only one time did I ever have to set up my teacup. It was like in the beginning of my last FX. Usually Air Debt, they always have their teacups.
Plenty of room in there.
Those are the old vests. They're not, these ones aren't issued anymore. So, and that the groin protector thing, you don't even need that anymore. Funny story is I lost mine on FX and I knew I had to return it. And I paid like $100 for one of these things.
At least it's not raining yet.
It always rains on FX. If you're a East Coast Battalion Seabee and you're going to, what the heck is that? If you're going to FX, pack for rain. It always rains, winter or summer. It always rains on FX.
Did anybody ever knock? You guys have been sleeping in here for a couple of weeks?
Couple of weeks. It rained real good about a week ago, and there was a river running underneath it.
Well, you guys are Navy. You like water, right?
We're dirt sailors.
Dirt.
Yeah, I usually tell people that I'm a dirt sailor. Seabees really rarely go on ships, so we're dirt sailors.
I'll try doing it in the dark.
I think his vest might be too small for you.
Of course it is.
I'm gonna have to yank on you a little bit.
Yank on me.
Get your arms up.
Where are we going?
Yeah.
I thought we were building a bridge. These guys have been out here training 24 hours a day.
This is bridge debt, so.
For 2 weeks. We sent a camera crew out last night to see what they were up to. And the mission was to construct a sentry bunker, man the bunker, and secure a perimeter around the camp. Then defend it against enemy attack. You're dead.
Nothing like going to bed listening to the sound of 240s or M4s when you're in your tent. It puts you to sleep, believe it or not. You'd be surprised.
While trying to defend it. Today's mission is to build a bridge over an impasse so heavy gear can get to a vertical takeoff and landing site. My guide for this part of the mission is Chief Equipment Operator Lee Wood. How long you been in?
15 years, sir.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Love it?
Oh, yes. Because of these people right here. This is what motivates me.
And why do you train in this particular way? I mean, obviously this is real world.
Yes. We train this base so that once we go anywhere we need to be, something happens, we know how to bail out and protect everybody. So we're hauling bridge material, we're hauling the personnel for the bridge material, we're hauling their water, we're hauling their food, their clothes, their tents, everything they need to sustain themselves.
Which is why this convoy needs to expect the unexpected.
Camp Shelby. That's what it is. That's where they're at. Camp Shelby.
We're on fire! We're on fire! We're on fire!
The military takes simulations very seriously, which is why I always feel a little out of place being dropped in the middle of one. Basically, I'm baggage. I know the guns are firing blanks. I know that guy's not really dead. But these guys treat the whole process as absolutely real.
I was never on bridge deck, so I don't know what this is really like, but looks fun.
Because it's their best hope of surviving a real-world ambush. The enemies are soon vanquished, and the embedded knucklehead is escorted back to safety. And when the smoke clears, I'm now being escorted by Lieutenant J.C. Sasser.
Did you survive?
You know what? I think so. Everything's still attached.
The lieutenant is going to lead me and the sailors in this truck on the actual bridge building part of the mission. And I will enlist the lieutenant in building a bridge to the next act of the show. Why don't you give us an act break?
So how does that happen?
You need to say something right now, Lieutenant, that's going to make the casual viewer think I'd be a fool to turn the channel. What's coming up looks so exciting, I can barely wait to see it.
So short and quick.
Yeah, but snappy and
Right.
provocative.
Provocative.
So, for instance, it could be something like, when we come back, there's going to be more gunfire. Who knows if the rain is going to stop? The stakes are high. Something
Oh, he's
stupid
talking
like
about
that.
like a morale booster, like, you know, hoorah.
All right, so when we get back, we're gonna hop out of this muddy mess and erect the bridge and knock out the mission.
Well, if you're just joining us, we're at Camp Shelby right now with some Seabees. We're trying to make our way to a location where we
I'll tell you, if they would have said, if that Lieutenant Junior Gray would have said, after a mission, we're going to go get some beers, everybody would be cheering, like, really loud.
build a bridge, but if you haven't noticed, it's raining and cold and muddy.
That's what the, like, terrain's going to look like in Mississippi when it rains, when you're out there.
All right.
So do you have a call sign yet?
I don't have a call sign.
You don't have a call sign. Well, over the radio, we can't say your name.
Why?
We can't let the enemy know who we are. So we use the call signs.
What do they call you?
So I'm Tater.
Tater?
Tater.
How'd you get that name?
It's my dog's name.
And he's like a little tater tot.
What's your call sign? Diva.
All right, what's it?
Dapper Dan.
Dapper Dan, because you always look so put together and fancy.
That's right. Gotta do the hair.
I want to see. Oh, look at that. Yeah, you don't get that cut by accident, do you? That's it.
Ask B1 what his call sign is.
Bilbo. As in Bilbo Baggins.
Like, now how'd you get that? I can't see it, but are you oh, you can stand up in here. Okay. So I need a call sign.
Right.
Princess.
Princess? That's rough, man.
Do you have any defining
This was made like a couple of years ago. This was made when I was still in battalion.
features?
I broke my toe, and to this day,
But this isn't the battalion that I was in. I think this is like 1 or like maybe 133. Don't know.
if I try and curl my toes on my right foot, the middle toe goes dead left. Everything else goes down. It's like a total freak show. Dead left? And just like that, I'm dead left. Whether one's call sign is comedic, like Bill
Probably could imagine mine would be probably called Frankenstein's.
Bo's, or tragic, like mine. They're sobering reminders that this is dangerous work, where just talking on the radio can be a matter of life and death. So now it's time for old Dead Left to pitch in and help build a bridge.
Bridge crew on me, let's go!
In front of an audience, it seems, that may or may not approve.
Everybody see what's going on? We got civilians in the site, you stay vigilant.
So what's this signify?
Right now, we just showed up to the site where we're helping out the local populace. It appears they're doing some sort of protest. It could be they don't understand why we're here,
Right.
or they don't want us here. But we still have a mission to do. They don't appear to have any weapons or pose any threat, so we're going to carry on.
And that's typical of what you'd run into out in wherever.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, how are you? Keep an eye on them, fellas.
All right, what these guys are doing, they're taking their fighting positions.
Sentry's job is vital.
240 Bravo and the other guys had the M4. They're in their fighting positions. They're protecting these guys right here, building the bridge.
They protect the builders during construction, and it's not as easy as it looks. Just to stand to watch, you know? I mean,
Stand to watch.
it's a whole...
Well, it's 12 on, 12 off. Some guys do 16 on, 8 off, and then during that 8 off, you still have other drills that interrupt your sleep for hours at a time.
It's such a basic thing, people don't think about it, but to stand to watch properly is just a whole nother set of muscles.
Yeah, FX is going to be like that for you if you're going FX. You're going to have 12 on, 12 off, or maybe 16 on and 8 off, or so you can get a full 8 hours of sleep, even though you don't really get a full 8 hours of sleep. You usually probably get like 7 to 6 if it's like that, or just depends on the leadership, honestly. Last time that I was on FX, I think I did 12 on, 12 off, and I was in the fighting positions.
Exactly.
Building a bridge all by itself is obviously a huge pain in the neck. But when it's cold outside and when it's raining, the task is complicated. And when the locals show up to protest your very presence, the task is complicated. And when insurgents are firing guns at you, the task is incredibly further complicated. And all that is an attempt to be simulated right now as we actually bridge this crater. We want to document this as best we can. So you all know Chris Jones. You're going to see a lot of Chris Jones as we put this bridge together. He's not going to look happy because he's not going to be getting the audio he wants, but he's going to be on the scene with his boom. It's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of technical challenges, but all.
Look at that mud. That's what. Damn it. That's what it looks like.
With his boom. It's a lot of moving.
Look at that mud. That's the way your boots will look. You know, after the first day, your boots will get destroyed. I suggest getting Matterhorns. They gotta be the best boots to get for FX. They keep your feet warm and they keep your feet dry.
Moving parts. There's a lot of technical challenges.
And they're tan, so nobody busts your balls if you're wearing them.
But all we really want to do is make sure we understand how you build a bridge over a crater. This is it. It's all coming together for me. I was confused before, but now I get it. This is the job. This is the task. A giant crater is in the road. Our forces need to get from here to there. The Seabees have to come in and build a bridge. It's really simple. Everything else is a simulation, just to create the best real-world circumstance that we can have. So, yeah. So how do you build a very sturdy bridge in under an hour? Bilbo's got a bridge building manual, and this chart tells him specifically which pieces he needs.
This tells you the nose we're going to use. Then move to build, right? So we're going to go to A.
Well, according to the book, we're basically building a big metal box with something called a bank seat beam on each end, connected by 6 interlocking bays. Then, a piece called a light launch nose is attached to the box to give it length. Then, the whole thing is shoved across the gap on a series of roller beams. In theory, it's pretty simple. I believe at this point in the process, we're grabbing large pieces of steel and walking them through the mud. Handles?
1, 2, 3.
The bank seat beam, it's 1,100 pounds, critical part of the bridge. In reality, it's an hour of backbreaking work in a foot of Mississippi mud.
absolute
That Mississippi mud is something else.
topographical nightmare. You can see how crazy dangerous this is. Is this the roller? This is the roller thing, right? The roller bar?
1, 2, 3. Right there.
Bring in the nose. All right, so that's the light launch nose going over the bank beam. Steady.
Very slick.
It's just slicker than snot out here, so this stuff is zigging and zagging. They're trying to adjust the light launch nose. Right there, they're over the roller bar. This is your bank beam, of course. It's all coming together.
Mike Rowe knows dirty jobs, I guess, and this is definitely a dirty job. Pivot!
No more notes. So now we're doing boom. So now we boom to 1P2, then we add bay 3, boom to 1P7, add to bay 4, boom to 2P3, bay 5, boom to 2P7, bay 6.
Are you getting this? Just want to make sure you're absolutely getting it. This is it, man. This is the whole deal. This is the job. Your ability.
This is almost, I don't really know if this is like secret information or not, but Mike Rowe is like showing the whole world, like, hey, this is how the Seabees build a bridge.
Ability to read this book, execute this book, manage these people, and not get shot. That's it. Pretty rudimentary, really.
Down and back.
Shoe pin lock! Pin in! This is like an erector set for grown-ups, man.
It is.
We're building a bridge across a crater in order to bring vital supplies to some unappreciative villagers. The conditions are less than optimal. It's wet, it's cold, and it's muddy. On the upside, I get to carry heavy things.
I'm bringing literally 3 hours of experience to this whole process. Anything helps.
I just find it weird that they have their e-tools on their vest. I never had my e-tool on my vest. I always like had it on my backpack, and I would wear my backpack with my canteen, my Camelback right here. I'd wear my backpack. I'd be like this person right here.
Nice and easy.
I'm in no rush.
All right.
We got another inch. There we go. If the pin doesn't go in, the bridge doesn't go across. The bridge doesn't go across, the trucks can't roll. Trucks don't roll, the supplies don't make it to the villages. Villages don't get supplies. Protesting erupts. Insurgents comes out. Dogs and cats living together. Got to get the pin in.
Not light.
No. So this is totally balanced.
That's all right. Let it go. Let it go. So this is your landing roller.
This guy?
Yep. You're gonna step on that launch nose and then walk across.
Step on the launch nose. Got it.
We just gotta make sure we don't fall in the gap.
No, we're not gonna fall in the gap.
Now, last time we built this bridge, I fell in the water at our training site. This is the hairy part.
Yeah.
You see how I fell last time?
Easily. Oh my.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know. Can I slide it? Or you
Yeah,
have to
set
walk
it down and slide it. Now you gotta step around it. So you got long legs. I'll just turn around and walk down the launch nose.
Could have gone really, really wrong.
All right, lift up a little bit. Right where my foot's at. Lower it. All right, we're good. Now we're gonna push.
How we looking, sailor?
We're good.
We're building a bridge.
Now that the bridge is landed, you can add the ramps on each side. Once the ramps are added, then you add the decks and the curbs, and the bridge is finished.
Inches, man. It's a game of inches. That's really heavy.
Those are the ramps. Those got to be the ramps.
And what you have here is a codified system. You walk the deck up on the left, you make the pivot, you put your part of the deck down, you walk across the part of the deck you just put down, then you come down the other side of the bridge. If everybody's doing their job and there are no TV cameras in the way, it goes pretty quick.
Okay, so the bridge is done. But that just means the mission continues on the other side of the bridge.
The hard part's yet to come.
We've completed the bridge, and now we have to clear the field. So we're going in with weapons. We don't like to fight, but sometimes you got to. And then we will be a react team. So if a casualty happens, we will have you go out there with a stretcher, pick up that person.
Yeah, on FTX, you'll have like you might be a part of a react team where you're like necessarily just like responding to things and like gunshots and stuff like that, intruder on camp and stuff like that. Those are the stuff that you be responding to. Sniper, this, that.
Why am I the only one without a gun?
All the way across?
So this is basically a sweep then?
Yep.
If I've learned anything about simulations, it's that if usually means when. See? What'd I tell you? The Seabees also have to do some basic medical training. This also requires a few volunteer victims who are committed to making things as real as possible.
Fairly realistic training.
And this guy is really committed.
He's good.
Seriously, if there were an award for this, I nominate him.
Stay with me. Be strong for yourself. I know it hurts. I know it hurts. We're gonna get help. We're gonna get you out of here. You hear me? I don't feel my fingers.
He really goes for it.
Yeah. What happened?
The Seabees are quite possibly the least heralded group of our military heroes. They can build a bridge, they can defend a bridge, and they can save your life. Just ask Jose Colon Rosario.
This is Jose. He was playing the part of one of the victims. May I say, sir, that was an amazing performance.
Oh, thank you.
Do you do this a lot?
I've been doing this for about 10 years. Plus, I also spent 21 years in the military. So,
What branch?
Army. I was in Special Forces.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Jose, you must really love the military. 21 years in Special Forces, you finally get out, and now you're doing this?
It's a way to give something back.
How cold are you right now?
I'm cold. I need a cup of coffee.
As you can tell, the guys up here are putting the curbs on the bridge. We're close, man. We're getting close.
All right, 1, 2, 3, lift, go! 1, 2, 3.
Anyhow, that's how a bridge gets built. One piece at a time. It's not teamwork and, esprit de corps and all that stuff. So, Bilbo, this is the part where where we see if it works.
That is correct.
I think it worked.
That's a generator, or maybe a light box.
You successfully launched your first bridge.
That's the official. I didn't build it. I launched it.
Launched it.
I launched the bridge.
In a few hours, I'll be warm and dry, back in my hotel room, basking in the glory of my very first bridge launch. But these Seabees, they'll still be out here in the cold mud to complete their month-long mission, because that's what Seabees do, and they've been doing it for a very long time.
We've been at it since World War II. We were hired originally to reclaim the Pacific through logistic support and building base camps and airfields. And every major conflict since then, we've been building and fighting. Whatever the mission is, we can adapt, and we can do anything from peacetime operations where we go into a village and build a water well or a clinic and shape the hearts and minds and influence that way, or we can survive in major combat operations as well. Our adversaries, they can have a lot of forces, they can have equipment. One of the things that's hard to replicate is our culture and our can-do spirit. And,
Character, man. Either I got it or you don't.
To sum up, the Seabees build, the Seabees fight. Without them, our military would have a serious infrastructure problem. In my short
Seabees, we build, we fight.
time here, I've witnessed their can-do spirit firsthand. These dedicated soldier builders constantly train for whatever might come their way, and they do it all with a cheerful heart.
It occurs to me that everybody's got a song, you know? The Army's got a song, the Navy,
I happen to like the fighting part.
the Air Force, the Marines. So do the Seabees. I hadn't heard it before. I'm betting you haven't either. So now for the first time, certainly on this program,
The Seabees we have our own song, like how the Marine Corps has a song and all that stuff. The only school that I know of anyway, in a school I'm talking about, that sings the whole entire song is UTCE school. I don't think any of the other rates know the entire CB song because we usually don't sing the whole thing. You'll see right here.
it's the Seabee song. Take it.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
A few seconds after the Seabees finished this rendition of their official song, a few of the guys pulled me aside and said, "Here's the thing, Mike. We can fight and we can build, but singing, not really our thing." After reviewing the tape, I can't disagree. So, if
We didn't sing it.
song sung the way it was made to be heard, check it out on YouTube. And the next time you sing the praises of the men and women of the U.S. Armed Forces, don't forget the ones who can build as well as fight. The Seabees.